Yeah, coach, I was just wondering, obviously you have a lot of talent in your room, some guys coming back, transfers coming in like Jalyn. What's your sort of overall impression of each guy, or maybe, at least the main guys in the two deep, how they're performing out there?
Yeah, it's been a good spring so far. A lot of guys getting better, and we're continuing to work every day. I think what now 9 practices in, it's been really good. Everyone's been healthy, which is a big thing. Curtis continues to get better and better, and he's got a chance to be one of the best in the Pac-12. And now he's got to keep continuing to improve and just put everything together on the field and off the field and continue to learn. The other guy's doing really well too. Case Hatch has been really good as that kind of that fullback H-back type guy. Jalyn's been good and is impressive in the pass game and has made a lot of big plays in practices so far. In the pass game, now he's continuing to learn the physicality of the game and learning our playbook, which is difficult. But all the guys have been really, really good. It's been fun, a fun 9 practices so far.
Chris? Yeah, you talked about Jalyn there a little bit, Adam. Just curious on how the skill development components are going, working in line and kind of building out his capability.
Yeah, he's been really good. He's been great to work with, and he has a lot of talent, a lot of natural ability. He's got the size, obviously. He's weighing 250 pounds right now, so he's a big kid. Runs well. Is a really natural pass catcher, so has really good hands. Is good at making plays in traffic and understands kind of leverage in the pass game and route running. Now, we're throwing a lot at him from a scheme standpoint, understanding the playbook, understanding what it means to be a true tight end. And we're putting him in a lot of different spots, in line, off the ball, out at receiver. And he's got a lot to pick up. So he's working hard at it and just needs to continue to learn the playbook and then just the physicality part of playing tight end. He was a quarterback in high school, went to Oklahoma as kind of an inside receiver, was there for a few months and then transferred. So, he hasn't really played tight end before. So this is his 9th practice today of ever playing tight end. So he's coming along from a physicality standpoint and a blocking standpoint and understanding all the kind of run schemes you have to understand at tight end. He's coming along, still has a ways to go from a physicality standpoint, but as far as from an athletic standpoint, he's made a ton of plays, this spring for us. He made a couple big plays today, had a touchdown today. So he makes plays in the pass game. Now we just got to put it all together to be a real complete tight end.
Jesse?
Hey, Coach. I'm just wondering, just big picture wise, it's been a couple of years in a row. It's been, the tight ends are really going to get involved here at ASU. Just what do you think is going to change this year, with you in here, as far as just getting the tight ends really involved in this offense?
I think it comes down to how they practice and how they play on Saturdays. And, Curtis obviously is doing all the right things right now. He's working really hard. He's practicing hard. He's physical. He's got a lot of it figured out right now, what it means to be a real inline flex, multiple usage tight end in the Pac-12 and at this level. Now it comes to doing it every single day and earning Coach Hill's trust, and also the other tight ends earning Coach Hill's trust, Jalyn and Hatch and Stivers and all those other guys, Jake and Ryan, earning the trust of myself and Coach Hill and Coach Herm to say that we want to use 12 and 13 personnel, that we want to be in 21 personnel with a fullback in the game. And, it comes down to that, doing it every single day and getting to the point where we're comfortable doing it and putting our tight ends in the game. Because when we're doing that, we're basically saying our second tight end or our third tight end is better than our, next receiver. And just kind of the different schemes we're trying to do with it. So it comes to earning trust, and they're doing a good job of doing that every day, and the work ethic and how they're practicing. So I think we'll get there and it'll happen. And then it's also earning Jaden's trust. Curtis has to earn it, and I think he's doing a good job of doing that.
Jeff?
We've watched Curtis Hodges be a work in progress for many years. What do you think has kind of gotten him to the point where he's at right now? What are the key things that have, elevated him to the praise that you're giving him?
Yeah, I think his mentality's been really good. He's got a great work ethic, a good demeanor to him right now. He's the leader of the room, one of our leaders on offense. So he does a really good job with the younger guys and holding everyone accountable, and just the way that he carries himself every day, the urgency he has at practice. It means something to him. It's important to him. He studies. He knows his playbook. He's been really good. Like I said, he's been a joy to coach. I've known him now for probably a little over a year, and the progress he's made from when I first met him to where he is now is incredible. It really is, and it's a testament to him. And he's got big goals in this game, and now you can tell it means something to him every day. And I'm excited to watch him play this season.
Zach?
Hey, Coach, what's good? Differences from last year. We're 9 down, 6 practices to go, so that's more than we had last year. Is there a different feeling, the energy different, and for the tight ends in general from last year that you could tell?
Yeah, I think we just have a better group overall. We have a few guys coming back, and Curtis and Stivers, who played a lot for us last year, and Hatch being there he's a big leader for us, and then bringing in Jalyn. Then Jake and Ryan are also, coming back as well. So a lot of guys who have been through it already. The second spring in this offense, it's been different for the whole offense. The operation's better. Guys are more comfortable. We're able to install more stuff. We have more plays going in, which is a little bit harder on the young guys like Jalyn. But we're putting in a lot of stuff right now in our offense, because the guys know it so well, because they've already done it for a year. And obviously, we only got a few practices in last year. But it's been good. Everyone's getting better every day. The offense, the terminology is everyone's getting more and more comfortable with it. So it's been good. I'm excited about where this group is at, where the offense is at.
Jordan?
Hey, Coach. I know Case always brings a team mentality, but also quite an intensity. What's it like coaching Case Hatch?
Oh, he's awesome. I have a man crush on Case Hatch. I mean, he's as good as they come from a leadership standpoint, from a physicality standpoint. Just is dialed in all the time. It's a joy to be around, like just a guy that you want to have in your room. He's great at practice. He works his butt off. He's great on special teams. And now we're trying to find a big role for him in this offense this year. And that's on me. That's on me and Coach Hill to figure out a way to use him a ton. He needs to be used more than he was last year, and we know that. And just finding ways to get him the ball. He's good with the ball in his hands. He's good blocking. He'll do whatever you ask of him. It's funny. We'll be in our mind, Case Hatch is a starter. He's our starting fullback. We'll have the threes going at practice, and I'll look over, and Case is running on the field to take the reps with the threes. When he just loves football and wants to be playing all the time, and he's awesome to have in that room. And I'd expect the big things out of him this fall.
A few more questions for Coach. Ethan?
Yeah, Coach, thanks for the time. You're talking about a lot of different players in your room. How deep do you think this team, like if you had to guess, how deep do you think the tight ends will go in terms of people being used?
It's a good question. It depends on how guys perform. I think we'll probably have three real tight ends. Actual guys that can play in line that we'll use consistently in our 12 personnel packages and guys that we can rotate. And then you add in Case Hatch as kind of the wild card that can do a lot of different things for you. So we're trying to figure out who those guys are right now and who's performing the best and who can pick up the plays and who can be physical and who can make plays in the pass game. And so there's a lot of evaluation going on. But I'd say we'll probably be, a few tight ends deep as far as, rotation and who's traveling and who's playing in games.
Christian?
Yeah, Coach, I was wondering, last year you were going through spring practice and the fall as a GA. Now that you're, a full-time assistant, what's the difference and how much more have you been able to do as a coach working with these guys?
It's been great. I mean, last spring I was able to coach with the tight ends along with some of the other coaches that were here. Obviously now it's just more responsibility. The performance of the guys is truly on your shoulders, and it just makes practice even more fun. When you get to plan practice and decide what you want to do in individual periods and decide who you want to put in different team periods, it's exciting, and I'm loving it, man. I'm loving every second of it. It's been awesome, and just to be with this staff and these guys and be with Coach Hill every day is truly. I mean, there aren't many people that get to do what I get to do right now and do what they love every single day. So I'm loving it. It's fun and it's fun. It's fun getting to spend your time actually coaching. Obviously when you're a GA, you spend your time doing a lot of tedious work, after practice of tagging the film and doing all that, breaking down the film and doing all that kind of stuff. So it's fun to actually be able to coach and focus on developing your players.
Michael?
Yeah, Coach, when you're talking about obviously Coach Hill's offense and installing more and guys put in place, do you feel that their chemistry with the offensive line and that they're developing more chemistry with the O-line, but also gaining Coach Hill's trust to open up the playbook even more?
Yeah, I think the chemistry with the O-line has been good. You know, we spent a lot of time coaching the tackles and tight ends together on their different combination blocks and things they got to do together. You know, we were just doing it today at practice with Coach Cav. You know, Coach Cav has been awesome for me personally, just to learn from him and how he teaches things. And, you know, I think we made a lot of progress from a chemistry standpoint with O-line and tight ends. Now it's got to keep getting better, and we got to keep working on it and pushing every day to make that chemistry really, really good. But I think we're on the right track there, and it's definitely better than it's been before. And as far as, you know, Coach Hill's trust, I think we're getting there. And again, it just comes down to the work ethic and how you practice and being able to handle all the different things we got going in. And at tight end especially, man, you know, every time we put something in, it changes what the tight end does. I mean, the tight end, it has to understand the offense as well as any other position, you know, other than really quarterback. You know, pass game, run game, protections, shifts and motions, lining up, formations. I mean, everything we put in impacts the tight ends in some way. So it's a lot to learn for that group. It's a lot to learn for the young guys, but they're doing a pretty good job.
Last question, Amir.
Yeah, Coach. Coach Hawkins spoke about what he wanted his overall impact to be on his group. Kind of building off of that, you coming in here, your first year as a full-time coach, what do you really want your impact to be on this group in terms of playing, recruiting, just overall legacy of this group in your tenure?
Yeah, it's a good question. My goal is to turn this tight end group into the best in the Pac-12, and I think we can do it. I think we have one of the best in the Pac-12 in Curtis right now. Now he's got to go perform like it on Saturdays and be the kind of player that we know he can be, and then just developing the young guys, and then it comes back to recruiting really good tight ends that fit what we want to do personnel wise, and that have great work ethic and want to be great and can learn the playbook and everything like that. So there's a few different factors to it, but a big part of it's recruiting, obviously. And you know, Hawk's been great for me, you know, as a first year coach, you know, because his first year was last year, obviously, and just being able to talk to him and pick his brain. And you know, he's on fire right now recruiting, so it's like it's making me you know, have a little skip my step in the morning when I wake up, because he's red hot right now. So he's got a little bit of confidence right now, so I'm trying to catch up to him a little bit. So but he's had some confidence at practice, but it's good because, you know, the old saying, iron sharpens iron. So, you know, when his safeties are playing well, it means my tight ends have to play better. When he's recruiting at a high level, we all got to recruit at a high level. So it's been really good, and he's been great for me just to have someone to kind of, you know, bounce ideas off of and hear kind of what he went through during his first year as a coach.
Thanks for the time, Coach.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks.